A mystery deepens, and the person who's supposed to hold the key seems lost. What is going on in Wallak Bay? Find out next on the Adventurers Guild. On the continent of Volanta, in the city of Dakar, there is a place where heroes are forged. Where legends are built one story at a time. What you do with this opportunity is in your hands, and the hands of fate. The Adventurers Guild. Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Adventurers Guild. I am your host, Paul Cosca, and you are watching a weekly live-streamed D&D anthology show. This is the 4th episode of this current mission, and in a minute, I'm going to break down what you need to know before we dive in tonight. An important thing to know about this mission is that we are keeping track of Nat 1s and Nat 20s because that's going to determine who gets to choose the next mission. Nat 20s will go to the players. Nat 1s will go to the audience. So there is a possibility that if the mission ends tonight, that you and the audience may get to decide who or what mission will come next. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, we'll be dealing with that near the end of the show. Now, before we go into any of that, let's say hello to our players. Hello, players.
Hi.
We are nearing the end of this current mission. Either tonight or next week, and I would like to trust that none of you have purchased or brought weighted dice to influence the outcome of this.
I do have.
I would never do something like that, Paul.
Cheat? Me? What?
Like this would be the one thing that would make us buy weighted dice.
Right.
Like not just doing better in the game,
No.
but like
Gotta
we
make
need
sure
to
we
choose
get
the
to
next
pick.
mission.
Because I should tell you at home, it is tied. Nat 1s and Nat
all
20s
tied up?
are currently completely tied. So it is totally up in the air at this point. There's just no way to tell. However, I do think that tonight is the night that we are finally going to dive in and get that corporate sponsor. I can feel it in my bones, and I've made some preparations. I've taken the liberty of creating some in-game tie-ins that I think will appeal directly to this potential sponsor. So let me take the opportunity to display those now. Consider this like a PowerPoint presentation style for our sponsor that we're reaching out to, obviously. So the first in-game piece of sponsorship, here is the Wand of Roast Beef, which turns any food in the game into delicious Arby's roast beef sandwich. Yeah, there are unlimited charges on that wand. So
Unlimited charges.
just use as many times as you want. Many
This is
times
a
you want.
legendary item.
It is.
right?
It is.
Yeah.
And with an Arby's sponsorship, it's going in. Next
God.
is the helmet of curly fries. Like a regular helmet, except because of the curly fries, it gives you a +1 to Constitution.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Potatoes 4 to
Giving you
5.
the ability
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
to
can see
bounce
that.
back.
More fries.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's obviously
Springiness.
an incredible piece. And the last in-game tie-in that I'm going to present tonight is the legendary steed, Horsey Sauce the horse.
Oh my
Beautiful.
God.
Gorgeous. Magnificent.
Oh,
It's
we
a
really need a mount in this party.
Yeah.
we
I mean, yeah, we
we
do.
really do.
This
Yeah.
is
We
very
really do.
true.
and
I
horsey
mean, we all
sauce
have to
is
take
the
turns,
answer.
but-
Oh my God.
horsey sauce is always the answer.
I agree. I agree. So, Arby's, I know you've got a big social media presence. I am sure that you watch us on the weekly, so it's just as simple as sending an email.
Mm-hmm.
Just shoot me an email, and we'll make this happen. So hopefully next week we are sponsored by Arby's. That is the goal.
So we also can have the meat.
Yeah, it's what we need.
Good Lord.
Without a doubt, it is what we need. Let's go ahead and jump into the recap.
All right.
So, the party is investigating the town of Wallak Bay, where they've been summoned by a letter from Jacob Harlow. In the letter, Jacob said that he believed something was wrong with the people around him, and he desperately needed someone to investigate. But when the party finally arrived in Wallak Bay and had a chance to ask him directly, he had no idea what they were talking about, and had never heard of the Adventurers Guild. Mudpack saw that someone was watching their approach through the quiet town, and when he and James went to investigate, they found an apparently houseless gnome named Ziggin, who claims to know more about the strange things happening here. Mudpack and James rallied their somewhat exhausted party members to go back out in the snow and speak with Ziggin. And that is where we begin. So as we start, some of you were resting. Roderick, you were in the bath.
Yes, I was.
And now all of you are back out in the snow. The temperature has dropped even a little bit colder than when you arrived at the hotel. It is, suffice it to say, it is miserable out here. And James and Mudpack are leading the way.
That's who it was. Why are you bringing us into this cold this late?
I agree with Denra.
Guys, listen to me. That hotel is not what it seems.
It seemed pretty nice.
Quite nice.
We can't.
Okay.
We just can't talk there.
Okay.
Is the problem?
Well, I don't.
So
I don't
cold.
really understand.
It's a
that.
mind. It's clearly a mind thing that's going on,
Something.
right?
Probably.
So
Yeah,
perhaps there's
I
some
mean-
control over the hotel. Is what I'm saying. Sorry, my connection is so low in our party tonight.
She all
I have a
good,
good
man.
friend. I have a good friend named Ziggins who has agreed to give us information and to help us actually find out what's going on.
Oh,
And I trust him.
Is he like an educated guy who's really been digging into what's going on around town?
I think he's pretty street smart.
How do you know we can trust him?
He promised me.
Yeah, but how long have you known him, James?
A
Can't
day.
be long. Yeah, that's not long
day.
enough at all.
I generally am of the mind that most people are good-willed and good-natured, but we should probably at least get some sort of evidence that he's telling the truth.
Well,
There's no reason for him to lie to us. Why
You're
would you say
right.
that?
I'm
You're
afraid
right.
people lie about things all the time.
For a
Yeah.
lot
He
of
did
reasons.
seem to know.
Those
He did seem to notice that the townspeople had something going on with them, and
Okay.
everyone was acting strangely.
Okay.
My question is, are we
And
having
that's
this
the reason
conversation?
we're here.
Are we having this conversation as
To
we're walking?
investigate
Yes,
the
I
strange
think-
actings
yes, we're walking.
of these people.
So you're walking along, tromping through the snow, as James and Mudpack
As low as possible.
attempt to try to convince you that this is a decent idea.
We. Sorry.
Go for it, Haesong.
We might want to ask him or find out how everyone seems to be affected by this ailment, yet he is unaffected. That seems unusual.
The good point.
Well, my guess is that he's been living out on these streets, you know. I think it's something to do with the buildings, you know. And since the
And
streets
why do
has
you think that?
because if what's his name? Jacob Hartlow, he's the runner of the hotel. he's the one that hired us, and he's the one that lives there, and he doesn't even remember who we are. Suspicious? I think so. But someone who hasn't been living in these buildings, my good friend Ziggins, might have an outside perspective that maybe we could use.
So he could be the one who's made everybody crazy, right?
Maybe.
It's a risk
And
I'm willing to take.
And is planning to make us crazy. I mean, I'm not a fan of crazy, but I can certainly figure it out.
Yes, what you do isn't considered crazy at all.
Yeah, Roderick, what do you got?
So may I just clarify something with you, James?
Yes.
So if I don't talk, then I can go back and have my bath and go to bed.
I don't think that's a good idea.
But you said we can't talk in the hotel. Maybe I'm.
But just because there's danger in the hotel. Someone could mind control you or something. We don't know, and until we know, I don't think it's a good idea to stay in the hotel.
Yes, but I spent a lot of money on that room, and I was very much looking forward to it.
Well, I think that your life matters more than your money.
Yes, maybe.
By this point, you have wound your way back through the main thoroughfare. You are kind of cutting around into some alleyways at this point.
I wanted to see if anybody was following us by chance. Just to look behind us while we're walking.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
If we're not going to sleep at the hotel,
16.
does that mean we have to sleep outside again?
Oh no.
I'm okay with that if we have to, but
I mean, as long as I get a view of the ocean, I'm alright.
You've got your little hut, don't you?
yeah, we've got the hut.
There's the hut.
Hopefully, but
Denra,
understand.
you
I
do not see anybody.
okay, good.
It's only another minute or so before the abandoned shop comes into view, and in the moonlight, you all can see the pile of things that's in the doorway. And as you approach, you see some of these things move. The pile of blankets shuffle to the side, and Ziggin comes out of the blankets. As a reminder, he is a gnome, bundled up pretty well against the cold. Big, like, beanie type hat on. No beard, but really thick sideburns. And he watches as you approach. He doesn't say anything.
Ziggins, how you doing?
This all of you?
Yes, pretty much.
No, this is all of us. This is all of us.
I hope so.
All of our party.
Okay. You look cold.
Yes, thank you. We are.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not that bad.
Have your room for us.
Go to make a persuasion check, Mudpack.
No.
Sorry, setting up things. It's 14 plus 1, probably. Let me see.
Getting?
Yeah, 15.
Okay. He looks back at his things, looks around to see if he can see anyone, and he says, "I've got a place where we can talk.
Is it
Where would
warm?
that be?
It's out of the snow. Come on."
That's a start.
Excellent. Let's go.
And he...
Are we just going to? I'm gonna whisper to I don't know, Crickstump. I mean, are we just going to follow him? We don't even know where he's taking us.
Listen, hey son, I'm gonna follow the group, but I'm kind of feeling kind of the same way you are. I'm gonna hang back a little bit, like near the back of the group. If he wants to lead us down a dark alley, I'm probably gonna stay at the edge of that alley and not go all the way down there. You hear what I'm saying?
I think
Like,
I'll walk with you if you don't mind.
I'm not. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just not the most trusting of this fellow that we just met.
Right.
Ziggin, can I ask Ziggins a question?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a reason why we can't talk here? Or is people watching us?
He says, maybe it's also cold.
Yes, thank you. Ziggin understands. Can we just go, please?
I'm gonna trust Ziggins.
He's already walking. It should be noted.
I'm following.
So is Denver.
He has taken some of his things with him. He's got a backpack and a few things that he carries, including the chessboard. And he walks away from that spot and kind of walks. You're already kind of nearing the edge of town here. The town's not that big. And as he walks, it's already a little further away from the edge of town. You can see a decently large forest not too far away. And he skirts near the edge of the forest, probably only a couple 100 yards from where he was staying, until right at the edge of the forest is this quite large but very, very run down old house. Looks like it might have been a full 3 stories when it was originally built. It does look like that top story might have collapsed in on itself. It's got a really big front porch, almost as big as the hotel. And he steps up on it and doesn't hesitate at all. Seems very comfortable at this spot. And yeah, Skamos.
Yeah, so Skamos will observe where they are headed to, but then as they kind of make their way there, he knows where it is, but he wants to investigate the stoop where Ziggin was sleeping.
Sure. So you are following and then leaving?
I'm just observing them departing to the forest.
Okay.
Is that enough to gauge where they are?
Yeah,
We had to go across the city.
more or less. There's a lot of snow,
I said 100
so
yards, so.
yeah, a couple hundred
never mind.
yards, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, so it's not going to be difficult to track, a whole herd of people.
Yeah.
Um,
Me and Hasan are at least hanging back a little bit.
yeah. So you're going to look through another person's private possessions. That's totally fine. Go ahead and
Absolutely.
roll an investigation check.
What
Got
kind of
it.
characters Nico plays?
Hey, I'm a smuggler. This is what I do.
Saving the world. Violating
Saving the world,
privacy.
right? Saving the world.
Laws don't apply. We're all good.
It's a 21.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a mix of some personal effects like clothes and some things that look like they might be sentimental, like small trinkets and things, and then other things that you're not really sure what the purpose of them would be. I mean, you might call them trash, frankly. It's a lot of stuff. This doorway is pretty well packed with things. None of it looks, particularly out of place, kind of as a collection. You don't note any weapons or anything like that.
Do these things appear like they would be things that were belonging to other people in the village?
Kind of tough to say. None of them look much newer than the others. They all look about the same level of out in the weather. Yeah, with a 21, they all look like things that he's had for quite some time.
Okay. Alright, then I'll make my way back to Cricksnub and Hazon as they're making their way into the forest. So.
Okay. Yeah, you begin doing so. So as he goes up onto the stoop, he interestingly enough takes out a couple of keys on a key ring and unlocks the front door to this house. And opens it and heads in. He says, "Not very warm, but there's There's a stove if you want, and it's dry. And he just heads in.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
If you live here, why were you sleeping on the stoop?
There's too many. A lot of memories here.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Denra, could you start the stove, please?
May I?
Roderick! Hey, Roderick, you know how to start a stove?
Yes, of course I know how.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't you go ahead and do it then, if you're so cold, rather than telling...
I'm not opposed to doing it. It's okay.
I just know that Denra's better at it than I am.
Thank you. And yeah, I will.
Wow.
With the host's permission, I'll start the fire.
Yeah. So Denra.
Outburst, and he also doesn't like bossing around.
Denra, as you approach the stove, you do have to clear off quite a few things. It looks like there was a fireplace in here. You're not sure if that operates, but
not any wood either.
there is a small stove that's been like brought in. You have to clear a lot of things off, and as you all come in, the thing that you can notice right off the bat is that this place is full of things. Boxes and crates of things, barrels of things, stacks of things, many books and objects.
Would want to move things then, because that's a little weird. Then she'd be like, I don't know. May I start the fire? It just seems like there's a lot of things around here.
It's Denra. He said we could start it.
It's fine. You can just. He goes over and picks up a handful, like a big armful of the things that are on top of the stove, and carries them over to their pile and sets them down. It's
okay. Yeah, then we'll kind of look at it as she also helps. Like, what is it? Stuff. Is there anything in particular? Is it just junk?
It is old papers, newer papers, books.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it's everywhere. It's pretty much impossible to step anywhere without stepping on something, or many somethings, or a whole pile of somethings.
And Denver's also probably having to hunch down how tall she is.
The house is big, so there's plenty of room for you to stand. It's just there's nowhere to step without feeling something shift a little under your feet. This house is completely hoarded.
Hoarders. Yeah.
It's tough to, like, you don't know how he feels about it necessarily. He just seems to be going about business, clearing things off. But that's what's going on.
Yeah. Well then, she'll start the fire.
Ziggins.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Someone hoarded a little too much, if you ask me.
Roderick.
Yes, what happened here?
You weren't here when that happened.
Exactly.
That's all.
Ziggins, please ignore him.
I was just, it's just things, this is where I lived, I guess it's just been piling up a little bit.
Roderick is gonna whisper over to Mudpack. Mudpack, you know what they say. The state of your house is the state of your mind. Not sure we can trust him.
Does James hear that?
I mean, Roderick probably wasn't saying it too quiet.
Yeah, that is fair.
Subtlety in Roderick.
James.
Oh, damn it. Go first. No, James first.
James, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, good point.
We'll see if you heard it. I'll say that the DC on this is 13.
Perception, that's +1. 10 + 1.
Yeah. You were just far enough away that you did not hear what Roderick said. So you can't be offended by it.
But
Whoa, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. I was just gonna ask Ziggins. Do you want to live here again? Would you like help cleaning this up?
No.
To which question?
All of it.
You don't want to live here and you don't want help cleaning this up.
This isn't about...
Ziggins is right. Ziggin is right. This is not about why this house is the way it is. This house is only, for the time being, a place that we can hear out loud together what Ziggin has seen in this town.
Yeah, so can we get to it? Ziggins,
So-
why did you bring us here?
And keep your house in order.
I don't disagree.
Roderick, please.
Does
Everyone, the house does not matter, everyone. Please, let us just listen to his story and stop judging this man. Please. Please. I'm asking you as a party member. And then I'll stop shouting at everyone for being so rude.
He looks around and says, all right, well, I guess you're all here, so, there's been something bad going on in the town for, I don't know, a year or so, maybe. It's tough to tell. The people they're changing. They're different. You see that even without an insight check, he's having some difficulty emotionally, kind of
General will
getting
kind of-
grips on the story.
If she can, just place an arm on her hand on his shoulder and just say,
Go,
okay.
go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Of course. That's fair. Ooh, 17.
All right.
It's not just you, he's just jumpy.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't. He kind of squirms out of the way, but doesn't react otherwise negatively to it.
I just take your time. It's hard.
Don't just take your time.
Roderick.
It's cold in here.
At this, Roderick does actually have a point on this one.
Okay.
Denver, are you continuing to make a fire?
Strangely acting how?
I'll do that and then be like, oh, okay, when everybody's responding this way, and just go back to the fire.
And when you say transforming, do you mean literally transforming?
I think so.
I'm not a fan of literally transforming.
Me neither. Skamos, at about this time, you have reached the front steps. And Skamos, as you do, go ahead and make a perception check.
And what I was gonna say earlier is like I don't think I ever left like the front door. Like I'm like right next to it. I don't even know if I've shut it all the way.
So you're just kind of at the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I never wanted to like come completely into the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like stand a little back.
Crickstump, then you can also make a perception check.
Oh.
I probably went inside, but like just inside the door.
Yeah. Skamos, what'd you roll?
10.
Okay. And Crickstump.
It's a 24.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Ziggin begins to speak, and he says, I don't know about everybody, but I know about Carlia. Carlia was, we'd go together, off and on, a long time, years. She was a lot like me, whatever that means, I guess. There'd be times where we were good together, and times when we weren't, and sometimes she'd have to go away some, and I don't blame her on that. I'm not easy to be with, so I don't blame her on that. She went away to be on her own about 8 months ago, and there was a time I didn't see her. That happened. She'd go away for some months and sometimes come back when it was cold. She came back. I saw her in the town about 2 months ago. And, I talked to her, and she acted like she didn't know me at all. Like she'd never seen me before. Which I didn't understand, but I tried to get her to... I thought maybe she was sick or something had happened to her. I tried to get her to come back here with me to get out of the cold. There was something bad with her. There was something bad in her. And she attacked me. And I think she meant to kill me. I don't know.
What happened to her?
Did you defend yourself?
Yeah.
Is she still in this house?
No. She's, So, I was just trying to keep her away and keep her down and trying to calm her down, and I don't know. But when she died, she changed.
Into what?
I'll show you.
Roderick pulls out his sword.
Whoa! I hate this.
He continues walking through the house towards what looks like the back of the house.
Nuh-uh.
Benner will abandon the fire and follow him.
Yeah,
I'm
Luxana
following
follows.
him too.
I hate it. Nicole hates it. Luxana.
Roderick's following with his sword out, yeah.
Okay.
Creekstump is not moving.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll stay behind too. I don't want to see it.
All right.
I'm ready with the magic missile.
That's going. Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
So am I correct that those who are behind are just Hason and Crickstump?
Well, what about
Skamos, did you ever come in?
No. Wasn't Crickstump not inside either?
Well, I was at the threshold of the door.
The door was like open, so he gets inside.
Yeah, so Skamos, Crickstump was basically like just like 1 foot inside the door.
And he didn't see anything either, even with his...
I mean, We don't know yet.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Lots happening.
Oh.
So it's up to you what you'd like to do.
Yes, Gamos.
Amos is gonna stay standing outside
Okay.
with the fireball hand.
I'm not confident about this, but...
Fireball.
So he leads you through the house. You go from this kind of main living room area to a smaller hallway. Also, there's like a very thin passageway through this hallway with things on either side. Back to a large kitchen, where in the kitchen a lot of the ceiling is bowed in. Parts of the plaster have come off. It's obvious that this place was very nice at one point. The back door is just kind of leaning in its frame, and he slides it out and takes you out to what might have once been like a really nice back garden. Really overgrown and, of course, covered in snow right now. He says just nothing as he walks. He walks out into the yard and then stops and looks back at you, and he points to a log in the yard, and he says, "I put her under there. The thing, whatever it was."
Oh, good. For a second, I thought she turned into a tree. Roderick will go over and pick up the log.
Can I follow Roderick?
Yeah.
Mudpack also, with quarterstaff at poised to poke it.
As you kind of roll the log, push it over, what's underneath is a body that has been out in the elements for a while. So it is pretty badly decayed. But it doesn't take much to see that there are some strange things going on with this body. The skin is gray, and that might be from decay, but it doesn't look like it's very gray.
Yeah. And is it like uniformly gray?
It's pretty uniformly gray.
Okay.
Gray to like from gray to dark blue, and you're not really sure how much of that is decay and like natural decomposition. But even beyond that, the facial features are very markedly different than anything you might have seen. The face is kind of a little longer and thinner. There's no nose at all. And it doesn't look like it's just one that's like decayed. It looks like it's just flat. The mouth almost looks like there isn't one. Like it's just skin stretched across. No hair, no eyebrows.
Oh no.
This is of the races and kinds of peoples that you normally come in contact with. This is nothing like any of those.
Oh no.
Ziggy, is this how she looked when you killed her, or is there some sort of disfiguration from her being out here and under a log?
He's not approaching too close, but he says, Carlia was a halfling, just a little taller than me. Mm-hmm. And she turned into this thing when she died.
How big is the body?
The body is about, you'd say about 5.5 feet tall, maybe somewhere between 5.5 and 6.
Yeah, half.
Taller than a halfling.
Yeah, just a bit.
Okay.
That's a full link.
A full ling.
That's two on top of each other.
Was she gray when you killed her? Did she turn gray then, or is the gray a side effect?
Her skin turned gray. Yeah.
Was there any other transformation? I know recounting it is going to be difficult, but
we
need to know.
I guess she grew because she was already on the ground when it happened. Yes, Luxana.
Is it possible to do like a history check or something?
Sure.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, those who are currently looking at the body, those who are back there, can do a history check on this. I will tell you that the as mostly third level adventurers, the DC for this check is to have any idea at all is going to be 19.
Okay.
And if you have a below 19, you are not going to know what this is.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay.
Okay. So does it change? Does it fit anywhere in my ancestry at all? Or maybe somewhere in divine sense, maybe.
No, I will say that based on your background, that does not give you any kind of advantage on this.
Oh, okay. All right.
So those who are back there, I will call for these rolls. Mudpack.
Oh, did not get it.
Oh.
11.
Okay. Denra.
Yeah, I didn't either. I got 13.
Okay. Roderick.
13.
Luxana.
I'm using my second important roll of the day. That would be a dirty 20.
Okay. And James.
I have a 13 as well.
Boy, a lot of 13s. A lot of nice average, I don't know anything 13s.
I know less than that.
Just barely.
So Luxana, it's not something you've ever seen before. So it's not like you've run into this, but you have read about creatures, things that can turn into others. Certainly there's lots of different magic that can make someone appear differently than they are, but there are also some people that can just do that naturally. You do know of a very elusive race of people, above ground people, called changelings, that can do that. And you have heard of similar creatures that you might call doppelgangers, who can do similar things. Now, as this is happening, as you are investigating, Crickstump. So you've been near the door, just watching and waiting for all this as it goes. And you wait as the rest of them leave to go out the back of the house.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'll wait right here, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we good.
Just keep an eye out.
And as Skamo says that, you look back.
We good, just kidding. No, we're not.
And you are struck by something odd.
Does Skamos not look like himself?
No, you already watched Skamos walk through the house.
Uh-oh.
As the rest of the party made their way inside, you waited near the door, and Skamos passed you, and you lost sight of him from there, but you already saw Skamos walk by.
Motherfucker. Wait a minute.
What's up,
Wait a
Scott?
And
minute.
only Crickstump is aware of this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
Still.
I'm standing there in front of Crickstump, and does he seem odd?
Now I do.
Crickstump gets a worried look on his face for sure.
Oh, hell.
What's up, Crick?
What is your name?
Uh,
Your full name?
Scamos.
You really only have one name. Sorry. Curious.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just what?
Yeah.
Don't give me crap about that. It's just this.
No,
Not,
no.
That's
Hey,
how I am.
hey,
What, you got a
hey,
problem with
son.
that? What? Come
Hey,
on, hey
son.
son.
Hey, son. He does. He does only have one name.
Just curious.
Hey, son. Did
What?
you? If I point out to Hasan that like another Skamos walked through with the rest of our party.
Oh, can I see you do that?
Oh no, because the only
You're in the back.
No,
You're out back
Alex.
with Scamos.
Alex is asking to see Zach point
Oh,
out
oh.
wordlessly,
Like, how are you?
wordlessly to Hasan that another Skamos has walked through the house. Please.
Just no, it's me like pointing at Skamos.
so 6 words. Second word, Skamos.
Skamos.
Blue.
Red. No, it's me like telling Hasan. It's like, Hasan,
What?
did you not see another Skamos walk through this house?
Another me? There's not another me. What are you talking about? There's not other me's. What?
Fuck up. I literally like cup his mouth, just like everybody get down. I would like to tell him like, yo, we gonna sneak. Hold on.
What are we doing?
And I'm just gonna be like crouch low, and I'm gonna walk where they walk, and like tell them to follow me. But I definitely don't want to arouse the suspicion of anyone who walked through the house already.
I got it. Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay. Yeah. So
anyone-
so you begin to do
Don't
that.
be suspicious.
Roderick, what do you got?
Yeah, so while that's all happening, which I don't know about, obviously,
Right.
Roderick, seeing that this is a shape, like knowing that this being transformed at some point, is just going to turn around and go, Mudpack, Crickstump, you turn into different things, right? Where's Crickstump?
At the front of the house, I thought.
He stayed at the front. It's
Well,
a
Mud-
druid
Mud-
thing.
Mudpack,
but we can
Do you
it
know
when we
anything
live.
about transforming into other things? Like, could you turn into a halfling?
No,
Really?
I can. Halflings aren't really beasts. That's the distinction.
Oh, I see.
Not really. You
Your
know.
magic can't do
A few
everything.
I've met are big, core.
Right.
Well, no, but neither can your sword.
Luxana will share her thoughts
yeah.
about the species that she's. Is that?
I think
sure?
species is a good word.
All right.
Yes.
That can change themselves
Oh.
at will.
That's interesting. Also, just so me as the player, is Skamos with us?
No.
Okay, I just didn't know if we saw Skamos with us. Anyway, they can change shape. Really? That easily? That's
Well, I don't know. I've never seen it. I've just read about it. So I'm a wizard, so I read things.
well, yeah. Okay,
So-
that's scary to think about. So any of them could be anybody.
How many
Wow.
of them could there be? Could there be 1, 2, or could be just a few pretending to be a lot of people? There wasn't
Well-
a lot of people in this village.
And what happens to the original?
Yes, that's
right?
what I want to know.
Yeah. This is dark.
Maybe we can capture one for questioning. Well, no.
I like that.
How would we know? How do we even know? I think the only one we're for sure of is Jacob Harlow because he didn't know anything about our mission.
Well, then let's go get in.
Worry.
That's him. Yes.
And that's back at the hotel, which is exactly where I want to go. So yes,
We cannot
Okay,
go
but
back to the hotel.
you're not taking a
that's
bath.
not safe.
Not.
Well, my first one was interrupted.
Okay, I saved your life for all you know. But
From the bath?
From this changeling or whatever it is.
The bathtub could have been a
I'm
changeling.
fairly certain the changeling wasn't the bathtub.
Or a
You don't
doppelganger.
know.
We don't know.
Oh, doppelganger.
A
sorry,
doppel?
yes.
What's a doppelganger?
I just explained this to you.
Yeah, there's
thought
like
you were-
two versions of them, right? There's one that's more common and one that, is a little more sinister, I guess. I don't know.
By the way,
That's
I'm writing notes here that
nameless.
says mimic bathtub. Just
Yes, thank you for that one. Yeah.
proceed.
Roderick's
Best.
death.
It's the best. Oh yeah, that's how it'll go.
At this
Not an
point,
honorable fight.
No.
Crickstump, going back to Crickstump, Payson, Skamos, you are. It sounds like duck walking through the house. Does that feel like an accurate?
Well, since at least two of us graduated that way, yes, we are duck walking.
Got it.
That way. Let's go, ducks.
Yeah,
oh,
we don't
wow.
have time for that nonsense.
Nonsense.
So you are making your way through the house. So in the house, as you enter the front room, there is an upstairs. There are stairs that go up. They look kind of rickety and very much covered in stuff. And then there is the living room and the hallway further on. Where are you wanting to go? Just to follow everybody else or to explore the house?
I want to explore the house.
Do you say that out loud?
I want to explore the house. And then I crawl on my hands and knees towards the stairs because that's where I want to go.
Skamos, do you have any obligation to follow them outside? No?
I believe he said no.
Okay. Well, hey, son, upstairs?
I'll explore down here. You guys good?
Are you sure?
Yeah, if somebody's
Hey.
walking around with my beautiful face, I gotta smack it off. So.
Hey,
What?
game up.
You
Skamos.
like, you can like do fire and stuff, and like, what if we run into something? I would feel much safer if you came with us. Please.
Because I can do fire. Oh,
Hey,
alright,
Skate.
sure,
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Okay, just hey, the two
Yes.
of you, remember this word. Applesauce.
Applesauce. Why applesauce? Why not?
Just remember
grape
it.
jelly? What?
No,
Hey, son, just remember.
Now he sounds hungry.
remember applesauce.
Applesauce.
Are we going
Noted.
now? Can we go now?
Yep, let's go.
So are you all headed together then?
Yes.
Yes. Answer yes.
Okay. So you begin making your way upstairs.
I had to try and think of a word that like wouldn't immediately come to mind.
I always suggest avocado, but
That's a good
applesauce is also
You mean-
fine.
You mean abragados?
This is an American YouTube streaming service. We will
think it's
just speak
avocado.
English.
Sorry,
If I remember correctly.
sorry,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
free Shibaka.
Sorry, we are avocados at law.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
All right. You begin making your way upstairs. All three of you go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Well, that's not too bad.
Hey.
Ooh.
Uh,
You know what I love? Luck points.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to let that one just ride and give that one to the
Yeah.
audience?
No, I'm pretty sure that 4 on the die that I rolled is gonna change.
That's fair. Skamos, what'd you roll?
I got a 19.
Okay. Hey, son.
17. Whenever I roll high, someone rolls higher. Because normally I roll really low on perception, and I still not gonna see anything.
I so understand. Lauren. I'm like, I did well, and someone's like, I got 25. I'm like, well, I am glad to be here.
And Crickstump.
With my luck roll, that was an 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
17,
Almost got the eyeballs to the floor.
So by the time all three of you get up the stairs, it is honestly kind of precarious getting up here, because anytime you try to like grab onto the railing, it leans quite a bit, and there's a lot of stuff.
The house is a mimic. Oh no.
And there's a lot of stuff all over. So by the time you get up here and see the state of the upstairs landing, you feel like you would have noticed if someone had made their way up here. This all looks quite undisturbed.
Fair.
Like the stairs don't look disturbed. This upper landing does not look disturbed. If someone else is in the house, they didn't come up here. You can continue exploring up here if you wish, but you can make that determination that they didn't come up this way.
Guys, it looks like there was nobody up here. My idea is staying on the ground floor.
Skamos.
Applesauce.
That's a good idea.
Applesauce.
Stage whispers, please.
Applesauce.
Applesauce.
Applesauce. All right, cool.
Back downstairs.
It's not a code word if you keep saying
Yeah,
it.
it's cool. The more you say it, the less secret it becomes.
Hey, can you not?
The meeting is gone.
You're not here. You don't get an opinion.
Yeah, well, the
Alex,
meeting's gone.
Alex,
Alex.
Alex
has an
and Chris both have opinions.
I don't want to hear it.
Alex and his flat top will always have opinions, and you can't stop him.
No, not at all.
And so
Unfortunately.
Chris and his beard.
And so will me and my beard. And my opinion is that we go back outside for a moment.
Is this good enough, Alex?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, we're cool.
Back out. You've all now absorbed this information of what's happening here. Ziggin. I mean, he's already kind of gotten this information and looks a little upset, just being around the body, and is slowly shuffling his way back near the back door. And you've all made note of this point that you are missing several people, including Skamos.
Oh, then yes, definitely go back, turn around, and everyone, let's all stick together, shall we?
Guys, I'm ready to go back to the hotel.
Wait. Before we go back, should we just make sure none of us are shapeshifters really quickly?
Do you
Wow.
have a way of doing that?
Do you think we should establish the code word?
Maybe
No, wait,
apple
can
juice?
Is there a way to I don't know. We all know somewhat secrets about each other.
You don't know anything about me.
Yeah, that's true. But you have a weird
Uh,
rock.
well,
Beyond that, yeah.
I don't really have any secrets.
Oh, the weird rock is a good one.
Yeah, that's true.
Why doesn't weird? All right, how about cool rock? That could be our password.
I like apple juice. It really speaks to me for some reason.
Before we talk about this, can I just do a perception check to see if anyone is listening?
I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and do a perception check to check your surroundings.
Could I
Just a double check.
Oh, I thought you meant if we're listening to you. I thought that's what you meant.
That too.
could I help you
No, we're
Can I
not.
just check and see if anybody's listening to me? No.
No roll needed. They are not.
Okay. Plus perception. Do I roll it advantage because Denner is helping?
Because yeah,
I would say, Denra, if you want to also roll a perception check, you can do so.
okay.
Fair. Okay. All right. Let's see,
Dirty
baby. What? Ugh, damn. I got 13 plus 1. That's 14.
Yeah, you don't notice anybody around.
Good. Just to make sure no one else is listening. Maybe we can give ourselves maybe a marking or something, or tell each other something that or bring up something that only any of us know. Just to double check.
Well, maybe we do this when we are all reconvened. So let's go back.
That's a good idea.
Wait, we can just double check to see. I mean, we're all here.
Yeah,
If we
wait,
go
because
back-
we haven't split up. So
Everyone
wait.
hold hands.
No, but
No,
I
but
meant
it's-
Skamos and...
I know, but we're already separated from them, so we don't know. We can't trust them anymore.
What?
We can only trust us.
Oksana, that's insane.
No, I'm not.
See them. They're in the house.
Yeah, but you don't know. Our eyes have left their eyes, so
They would have to... Where would their body go? We would have to find them. They would have to stash those away and then replace themselves. I'm gonna go inside and go find the others.
Wait, okay. Can we? All right.
We don't
trust you
even
now.
know. We don't even know if something needs to happen to the original person or not.
Okay.
Yes, Mudpack.
True. We haven't seen them with our own eyes. But, however, we do know some of the signs of what it looks like when these people have lost their minds. They don't remember things. They won't remember something else. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Sorry. I'm done
Yes,
talking.
I think what Mudpack is trying to say is that it's very obvious when someone has been taken over by one of these things. So
That's what
when
Dan
we-
was trying to say.
when we find one, we will know. And we've already found one, so let's go get him. And then I can take a bath and go to bed.
You know what? I'm outvoted. I get it.
Excellent.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side, James.
Can I talk to Lixana alone really quickly?
I mean, alone
Yeah.
is kind of a relative term when everybody else is in the midst of this conversation, but you can certainly
as
pull
they
her,
go, yeah.
pull her aside
Yeah.
for a more private tete-a-tete.
She tries to keep her eyes
Roderick
on their
would not.
eyes.
Roderick's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, Denver's just gonna go inside, just trying to find the others.
Yeah, when Roderick sees James try to pull Luxana away, he's going to be like, weren't you the one just saying don't split up from the group?
No, I'm not. Me and Lixana are following our plan. You guys are welcome to follow your plan.
And your ultimate outcome is to get a bath, I guess. So go do your thing, Rod.
I will.
Yeah.
This is so awful. If Hazelon was here, he'd be having a panic.
Denver's trying to find you guys, so hopefully
But he's
into the
but
panic
he's
attack.
not.
Roderick,
Hasan wanted to
Roderick's
sneak around the house.
Roderick's gonna
Okay.
pull Ziggin with him to go into the house, and he's gonna talk to him. But you guys can do your thing first.
Yeah. Okay, so Luxana and James, we have a moment with the two of you.
I'll keep this short. I just grab Lixana's hand and I say, her name was Maria.
Oh.
And that's all I say.
Got it. She has nothing to share. Actually, she does. Sorry, me. I had to take a second. Never said this out loud. Her name was Emmy.
I nod. That's a beautiful name. And we continue inside.
Right.
Okay. Am I correct in that everybody was heading inside with James and Luxana being last?
Correct.
Yeah.
Can Mudpack make a perception check as we enter?
Yeah, definitely. And I would say am I wrong in thinking that those who are re-entering the house would want to make a perception check?
Yeah, to try and find the others, because that's what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
Roderick wouldn't.
Okay.
Roderick is not focused on that.
Those who are re-entering the house, who would like to make a perception check, can go ahead and do so.
I guess I will.
All right.
Okay.
Mudpack, what'd you get?
17.
17 from Mudpack. Denra.
15.
Roderick has elected not to. Luxana, did you roll a perception check?
14.
14. And James.
5.
Okay. Yeah, big ol' strong 5. Strong, confident
Oh yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of heart behind that 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of grit and
Good.
determination. Yeah, so people start filtering in. Denra first, Roderick with Ziggin not too long after that, Mudpack, and then finally James and Luxana. Mudpack, as you are entering the house and kind of going into the kitchen, you can see Denra going back out probably to get James and Luxana. Which doesn't, like, keeping everybody together is a priority, so that doesn't really strike you as odd until like 2 or 3 minutes later, when you make your way back further into the house and see Denra in the living room.
Oh boy.
Denra! Out
yes?
loud. Not you, Denra.
Oh. What?
Not Denra at the back of the house. This Denra right here in front of me.
There's. I think that is me. Mudpack. I understand. Did you see another person that looked like me?
You went to the back.
Oh,
Out to the back again.
I definitely didn't go outside, so that wasn't me.
Perfect.
That's wonderful. Okay.
I'm never going to get a bath, am I?
No, Roderick. It's very obvious.
All right.
I love you.
Mudpack wants to get his rope out and tie us together.
So Mudpack begins getting on a rope and
Everyone hold on to the rope.
Okay.
At this point.
Yes. Yes, I'm doing. He's actually doing. He's doing this.
Okay, Mudpack begins doing that. At this point.
This is my shenanigans either.
Hasan, Skamos, Crickstump, you can hear, after a few minutes, people are heading back in the house. Are you wishing to come down to be with them? Okay.
Yes.
So people start filtering in. They look pretty upset. Roderick just looks annoyed. This is no surprise to anyone.
Well, I know that's Roderick, so.
Luxana, now that our eyes have met their eyes, is everything okay?
And last comes Luxana and James.
Do I see the double Denra?
I would say with the perception check that you two made, no, you did not. You did not pass anybody coming back in the house.
When we get back downstairs, Hasan asks collectively to the group, I suppose, What did you find outside?
Apparently a lot of different shape changers. They can look like anyone. And we don't know which we're dealing with, if they're changelings or doppelgangers. I'll look towards Luxana. But, they both could be very dangerous.
Read about them in a book once.
She reads
She's a wizard. She reads.
About lots of things.
Whoa.
Apparently somebody has got my beautiful face floating around here or something.
Hey, hey.
It wouldn't just be your face if, Luxana's right.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Can I take an overlook of the group and see if there's two faces that are alike?
We didn't notice.
Yeah.
We have a good vantage point coming down from the stairs, perhaps, overlooking the railing or the, whatnot. So.
This does not require a perception check to note that you do not have any duplicates right now.
Thank you very much.
Right now.
Skamos, if a shape changer came and chose one of us to be, it wouldn't choose you. It would obviously choose me.
Apparently it did choose me.
Because I'm the most capable.
Let's not get bogged down.
So it could go take a bath?
It doesn't matter.
No, because apparently I don't get to take baths, Luxana. Thank you very much.
Roderick, I've got blue skin. That's far better than your skin.
Okay, I don't really think we want this to be a competition of who's being shapeshifted.
Hassan is correct. It's not a competition. I've
All right,
already
Roderick,
won.
I'll just slap on the back of the head. Just a thought.
Denra. I'm sorry.
What is the next course of action? Have we decided?
Yes, we're going back to the hotel to confront the so-called Jacob Harlow. Capture him, I think, is what people want to do. Possibly murder him, who knows? But I'm going back to my room.
Well, what about the second Denra? Why don't we just...
What are you talking about, the second Denra?
I don't
think...
think
Here, there's only one.
Any of us...
Another one of me.
I don't think any of us should split up from now on.
Yeah,
okay, Roderick is freaking out right now.
Wait,
I can't tell.
Paul, where's Ziggin? Where's Ziggin?
Yeah.
Ziggin is there with you. He's kind of off to the side, looking quiet and contemplative.
If we go back and capture Mr. Harlow, what are you going to ask him?
Wasn't my plan.
Was
Have you gotten that far?
That was really just... yes, that was the plan up to that point.
I
It was
don't mean
capture
to
him
be
and
rude,
ask
but we
questions.
might want to think it through all the way and
That's-
not just part of the way.
Agreed.
Okay.
Did someone really see a second Denra?
Yes, these things are shape changers, Roderick.
Okay, then we need to get out of this house.
Okay, that's a good point as well.
Yeah.
Too many. There's no sight lines. Yeah, we need to get outside.
Roderick starts going for the front door.
Dinner will follow.
Okay. Roderick and Denra head out the front door.
Mudpack, we have to all stay together.
Then you better all come outside.
Yeah, we have to all stay together. Everyone, hold my hands. Hold my hands. Well, then everyone fucking go outside. Sorry.
It's not gonna end well.
I'm really warm, and my leg is really distressing. And this whole situation here.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I'll be right. I'm here.
Got it.
I'm here.
Got it.
I'm
Got it.
listening.
Yeah, we're headed outside.
Okay.
I don't know if you're connected to Mudpack via
Just
rope
need to
though.
take
If you
my
are,
shirt off.
Yeah, if you are connected via rope, you are headed out.
yeah.
Skamos will agree and take Mudpack's hand and like try to grab somebody's hand as we're falling out.
I see that Skamos is reaching out his hand, and I'm just gonna be like, it's all right. I see your eyes, buddy. It's all good.
Give me your hand, Mudpack. Oh, give it to me, prick stuff. Do it.
Touch him. Thank you.
Grab that finger. Come on.
I look around. Who's already exited the house? Roderick.
Probably Roderick. Yeah.
I think
Denra?
Roderick and Denra left. Yeah.
And we're
Correct.
not.
Alright.
I'm not planning on like going away from the house. I just want to get outside of the
Yeah.
house.
I'll go
I reluctantly give Skamos my hand, and then I turn around and I'm like, well, Luxana?
What?
Whatever. Hey, son.
Hold! Everyone! Wait on it.
Wait, what?
I go outside. I run outside. I'm just like,
I'm confused.
It seems that everybody's heading outside, and the ideal would be for you all to stay together.
only in D&D does it take you 10 minutes to like get outside a building or in a building, depending on the situation.
First
There's
grade puzzles.
really complicated.
To actually finish.
It is.
So I have taught many kids theater classes, and getting kids to assemble into a circle is quite an ordeal.
Yes, it is.
So this is not unfamiliar territory. I know the score here.
Your patience is unending.
I'm gonna get a big, umbrella of this and say, like, we all exit the house with our eyes on everybody.
I think that's probably fair to say.
Yeah.
Woo!
Go team.
And I think Luxana's probably last, going like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yep. Very much so.
She's got to keep her eyes on your eyes. So
Right, of
it takes
course.
a lot of-
Keep your eyes on your eyes.
Where's
she's
James?
Her eyes on everyone's eyes.
I'm grabbing people's hands.
James is coming out too. Everybody's daisy
Here.
chaining together. We're gonna get out the rainbow parachute soon.
Please.
And then after we'll get on those little wheelie things. You can scoot around the floor.
Can I
Play pickleball.
grab Ziggin's hand?
No, but Ziggin will come out with you.
No.
Okay.
No. No, you cannot.
Yeah, he will not be grabbed. But he does come outside. He has no interest in staying in any longer than is necessary. Okay, you are now all outside. On the porch.
And our eyes are on each other.
Your eyes are all on one another, as well as Ziggin, almost in a circle.
Almost.
And from here, you all need to make a decision of what to do next. Is it to the hotel?
Make a plan.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, there's not much we can do as far as interrogations go. I don't know. Maybe Hasan, you probably got some magic up your sleeve. You're pretty coercive.
Well, I usually think I'm pretty convincing, but sometimes the people I travel with don't make me feel so.
All right, let's not nitpick at each other. I don't think that's helping at all anyone. So maybe we should try to come up with a plan.
I don't mind doing the talking as long as I'll be allowed to do the talking.
Exactly.
Hey, I gave you a chance to talk to the guy. You were not successful, so we attacked the mercenaries.
No comment.
So, any ideas?
I agree.
Danielle?
Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Bea.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just agree that we should only have one person talking.
It's a good, yes, definitely.
Tops two.
Yeah, no,
Solid plan.
Is there
any ideas?
perhaps any way we can get more information on changelings? I mean, or doppelgangers or whatever these things are, because I personally don't know if I can go into a conversation with someone I'm not 100% convinced is that, and then how do you approach them? How do you convince them to tell you the truth? And I don't really understand what we're going to do after we sit Harlow down, tie him to a chair, and interrogate him.
So for this question, does anyone have the sage background? Hasan. This would tell you.
I answered my own question.
Yeah, no, that's fair. This would tell you that there is likely nowhere in this town where you could get such information. There are about literal hundreds of books inside the dilapidated house, which is, you would guess, the largest repository of books in Wallak Bay, and would probably take you days, if not weeks, to pick through. If there was even a book about changelings in there, which there might be, but there are so many things in there. So that's Sage tells you where you could find the information if that information could be found.
Okay. He says, that of course was a hypothetical question because no, there is nowhere we can find said information. Therefore, I'm not really sure what the plan is. I like to do the talking, but I don't like making plans, so I am open to other people's suggestions at the moment.
Well, sadly, Hassan, in my travels, I have come across this situation once or twice, and pretty much the only way to get people to talk, if they don't want to talk, is by...
No. We will not be beating anyone up.
I mean...
I didn't say beating. I was thinking more torture, but yeah.
No. We will
tickle.
Not
I don't know.
Tickle torture.
I feel like I feel like Arby's is going to have a problem if we begin breaking the Geneva Convention. So I just want to throw that out there.
Tickling is okay.
Sorry, Arby's.
You know that roast beef money is really important to me. So don't fuck that up for me. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's more Carl's Jr. talk if I've heard.
Yeah, Carl's. If we're gunning for Carl's Jr., bamboo under the fingernails, go all out. But Arby's has the meats. They don't have waterboarding. That's part of the slogan that they just don't talk about very often.
That's the slogan.
Well,
yeah, let's fingers up Luxana.
Fingers up. I have a question about my earlier history check.
Yeah, I might have an answer.
Okay, cool. Did I read anything? Because I'm very learned. Did I read anything about my chair makes really weird noises. Did I read anything about like if they can talk? If you can have like a conversation with them, changelings and or doppelgangers.
To the best of your knowledge, there is language. Changelings are there. There's a lot more information out there about changelings. I mean, that information is still kind of limited, but changelings talk. You can't say for sure about doppelgangers, but
speak of the way.
Probably.
Okay. Then she will not try to resist the plan.
Okay. And Hassan.
Hassan turns to Ziggins and says, we deeply appreciate the information you've given us, and I'm sure it was extremely difficult to take some of us out back and show us what happened to your friend. But is there anything else you can tell us? We still don't really have a lot to go on, and what do you think would help you the most and this city for us to do at this time?
Yeah.
Because it seems far bigger than we might be able to help a little bit, but I just
and by the way, his name is Ziggin, despite what James might tell you.
Did I put an S on the end? Sorry.
I love Justin's like, what?
What?
Sorry.
In my
I tried, but it was never and now tonight it doesn't anyway.
Paul,
Damn.
if this makes a difference, I am trying to be like persuasive / charismatic / convincing. So if I have to make a check, I would like to do that.
I don't think you need to make a check. He says there might be someone else you can talk to. I don't know if they know about the situation, but
that's all right.
I think they're still okay.
Yes, definitely. Who is this?
Over at the tavern, I have meals there sometimes. I know at least that Yazan over there still seems like she's still okay.
I do have another question. Those that have changed or appear to be different, like Harlow that we've run into at the hotel, have you experienced any sort of aggression from them, or have they just sort of intermingled peaceably?
I mean, nothing that I've seen except for Carlia. But you know, maybe that's because we got into a fight or something. I don't know about the others.
Right. Well, we would, I think, like to check out the tavern next then, before we jump straight into going back to the hotel, in my opinion.
That sounds all right.
James?
I just want to point out that we did see double Skamos and double Denra. So we have to assume that there is a changeling among us, possibly listening to this entire conversation.
I'm having a hard time thinking that would be the case, because we are talking to one another and we're speaking as if we do already know each other. I mean, even someone who uses that ability their entire life would still struggle a little bit to have this much of a rapport. So
That doesn't mean that they're not standing in the window and listening to our conversation.
I mean, I'll look around. Do I see anybody standing in windows staring at us?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just asking.
Called stealth.
Well, we're not being stealthy. We are walking through the middle of town
not
talking.
us, them.
Oh. Well, I got a 21.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
You don't see anybody. You look very diligently.
We seem to be alone at the moment, so I feel like at least we can speak quietly, so, you know, it's harder for them to hear, but no reason to keep anything from each other.
I know it's...
Why don't we just investigate the house? We've already seen 2 of them here. And we haven't spent any time.
Crickstump, Skamos, and I went upstairs, and no one's been up there. It's completely untouched.
Did we explore the entire downstairs?
There is one section of the house that you didn't really explore.
I would like to explore that, please.
Same.
No one's leaving anyone's sight.
Yeah, stay there, but we can...
Well,
Or at least the
were
buddy,
you-
at very least the buddy system. At very least the buddy system.
I'm not saying we can't do that. I just wish we could have a conversation. I know it's disconcerting that people are probably listening, but we can't just dive head first without investigating. We have to investigate. I know someone might be listening, and so you can search the house, but I am just trying to make a plan. Why won't anyone just listen to me?
Hey-san is right. Hey-san is right.
Sorry, that was so sweet.
Well, I don't know, James, if you want to, but Waxana wants to go inside and investigate the
I'm
pool
joining
downstairs.
Lexana.
Great.
Are you
have-
telling the others that you're going inside, or are you just making the decision to go
I
inside?
think that's what we tried to do a second ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they were vocal about it. They can go do that.
All right.
I'm gonna stop them. I'm just not gonna.
So Heisan is deciding to stay in, or stay out on the porch.
Mudpack is staying with Tayson.
Okay. So standing out on the porch, we have Mudpack, Heisan. Denra, are you in or out?
I'm out, staying outside.
Okay. Skamos, in or out?
Yes, Gamos will stay outside. But he wants to maybe go with a buddy to the other entrance to the house, so that we have both exits and entrances blocked.
So Skamos presents this to the group. Is anyone interested in going with Skamos around to the other side of the house?
Crickstump would volunteer.
Okay, so on the porch we have Heisan, Mudpack, Denra. Roderick, are you in, out, around? Many options now.
What you want to do, huh?
Roderick's gonna stay out.
Okay. Roderick stays with Mudpack and Heisan. So, what we have is on the porch of this house, Ziggin, Mudpack, Heisan, Denra. Around the back of the house go Skamos and Crickstump. And headed inside are James and Luxana. So, with doppelgangers around, and already several instances of people turning into other people, we have the party splitting into 3 different groups. And with that, we will go ahead and go to our mid-session break. So we'll see you in just a few minutes on the other side of it.
what?
Okay. We rejoin Terrible Idea already in progress.
Absolutely.
So true.
We have several members of the party out on the front porch of this house. Crickstump and Skamos around back, walking towards the back porch. And James and Luxana inside the house. James and Luxana, I assume your intent is to explore this other part of the house, which is not yet explored.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you go.
I'm really relying on you, Luxana, so we'll see how this goes.
I don't have any important rolls left.
Oh, good thing I have -1 to investigation.
Good thing we sent with you inside.
Oh, God.
Actually,
Okay.
I did good.
Not terrible. I got a 16 -1, so a 15.
15 for James. And
21.
21 for Luxana. Okay. All right. So you begin doing that exploration. Crickstump and Skamos, go ahead and make perception checks here around back.
No problem, dog.
And at disadvantage because you called me dog. No.
It was DAWG.
No joke, I rolled better the second time, so it wouldn't matter.
Skamos, what'd you get?
13.
Okay. And Crickstump?
19. I am perceptive tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get around the back of the house, and Crickstump, as you're looking around, you do see the moon is shifted a little bit, really illuminates this back garden area, and you do see.
Moon is a shapeshifter. Okay.
Yeah. You do see that. You see all the the kind of footsteps through the snow kicked up around, headed over towards the log and the body, and you kind of recognize that's where everybody was. And you do see another set of footsteps through the snow that diverts away from that and into the forest.
Hey, Skamo.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to direct his attention to what I am seeing here. Be like, hey, you see those other set of footprints? I believe that is not part of our party.
Okay. What do you want to do about
Listen, I mean, they know we came around backside. They didn't know we were going backside of the porch. We can always go check it out.
Steps going.
Looks like forest.
Yeah, so this house is kind of on the edge of the forested area of Wallak Bay, and these footsteps are headed towards the main forest.
I mean, I trust you got my bag if we want to go check them out.
We can go shortly, and I think it best that we take everybody with us before we go deep into the forest. But we can certainly observe a little ways, and we're tying a rope to each other right now. This is.
I would love to observe a little ways.
And Skamos takes out his rope and starts tying it around the two of us. We can't stop this, Crickstump. This is what's happening right now.
Is it like one? Do we have a little like leeway, like 10 feet of space?
Absolutely not. We're like three-legged race Siamese twins level right now.
Oh, this
Skamos has got us bolted
is gonna
in.
go so well. I don't fight it at all.
Okay.
By the way.
Well, it'd be a shame if you had to make dexterity checks right now, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Well.
And then a boulder just
Legs.
comes in out of nowhere.
We have 3 legs. Paul.
Where the boulder was a shapeshifter. It's so weird.
The boulder.
I still think the rope is a good idea.
You are tied together, and I don't disagree. I think the rope is a good idea. And so you start heading across the lawn, the garden.
Yes.
Okay, you do that.
Yes. At least 2 of our feet do.
Got it. Yeah. Inside, Luxana and James, you head down the hallway from the living room and go down like a secondary hallway, which leads you into another part of the house. You can see here that there are a couple of bedrooms. They are very, very full of things. You don't even see beds. You just assume they're bedrooms because of kind of the layout and the size. Nothing really looks disturbed here. You feel like you would know because it's so precarious. You do see Luxana. You do see that there is a set of steps that goes down. Looks like to a basement. And you do see that the steps, a little path has been cleared.
She's gonna point it out to James quietly, and like she's gonna start going down there and gesture for him to follow. Scaly basement.
Okay. You begin making your way down. James, are you following? You are currently muted.
Sorry, I was finishing a pretzel. I motion for Luxana to get behind me, my shield, so she doesn't get hurt. And let's go down this creepy basement.
Okay. The
Creepy basement.
The shipping in this moment will continue in the YouTube comments, but the two of you... just not my idea. The two of you begin making your way down the basement stairs. The things piled on the stairs making it very narrow, a little bit claustrophobic, just walking down this this path. Both of you go ahead and make perception checks here.
Perception. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
What
Plus
could possibly?
1. Okay.
Don't say that.
15 plus 1. Okay, 16.
Okay.
Woo.
16 for James.
22.
22. Okay. You make it about halfway down. And Luxana, you see that a shadow passes, and it takes you a second to kind of figure out where this shadow is coming from, and it's the light that's filtering in from behind you. And you look up and see just a shadow pass across the hallway where you just were.
Do I see anything in front of me? I don't see it, so it's not in the basement.
No, this was back on the landing where you just were.
Can I still see it, or it's like gone?
No, it's gone. You just caught the tail end of it.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess she'll turn around and nudge James again.
Okay.
You see, nonverbal communication works. Come on.
Proven
She's
wrong.
Wait. Can I hold on? Does detect thoughts only work if I can see the person?
Probably, but let's take a look.
That's true.
'Detect thoughts.
30 feet.
Any creature you can see.
Dang it. Okay.
Yeah. very few spells that don't require you to see them.
She'll try to run after whatever the thing she saw.
Okay.
Oh!
I do need you to make a dexterity check, just based on these tight quarters and the precariousness of everything around you.
Ooh, that's not good. 7?
Okay. You turn and begin running your way back upstairs.
Oh, does James see this?
Oh yeah, but we'll get back to that.
Oh,
Out on the porch.
Okay.
Hasan, Roderick, Mudpack, Denra, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Finally.
Roderick, what'd you
Thank
get?
goodness.
Roderick got a 9.
Solid, good heart behind that number. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Denra, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
There it is.
Yeah.
One tonight.
Yeah.
One.
The only one.
Not we've not rolled too often, but rolled enough that it's interesting.
Yeah.
that
It should have
nothing's come
happened,
up.
yeah.
All right, Mudpack, what'd you get?
Natural 4, so that's a 7.
Natural 4.
And it just sucks. There was so much build-up. I've been wanting to be involved.
Gotta have a natural.
Anyway.
Get it.
And Hasan.
12.
12. Okay. Denra, you hear a loud sound from inside the house. I mean, it's kind of muffled from your perspective, but you hear like a crash, like something big falling over inside the house.
That did not sound good. We should all go in to see what that was.
What did you hear?
It's loud crashing sound. That can't be good. Either they fell or something fell on them. It sounded pretty big if I was able to hear it through the house.
Watch that flicks on a phone.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, and I'll lead them in. Hopefully everyone follows.
Yep.
Yeah, I follow.
Yes, okay, everyone.
Together.
Okay.
Together. Hey, Jason?
Maybe a little light if anybody can. It's a little dark.
Oh, yeah. Mudpack will cast Druidcraft, and are there any candles in here?
You
I've got a
don't
torch.
see any handy.
Okay,
Good idea,
torch.
house.
Does anyone have a torch?
Well, maybe not in the
Have a
house.
torch?
Yeah, I do think that
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
based on the house itself and what's in here, that you would probably be not super enthusiastic about lighting fires,
Flames.
open flames in here.
Never mind. Tanner will just say, let's just press ahead.
Fine.
Okay, as you get in,
I'll have my glaive out just so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you get in, I want you all to make another perception check.
Gotcha.
Denra, since you rolled a nat 20, you'll get to do this one at advantage.
Ooh, baby, I like it. Thank you.
Hasan.
5.
Okay. Mudpack.
19.
19. Denra.
16.
And Roderick.
22.
Okay.
Nice.
Good spread, good numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin making your way inside the house, trying to stay together, but still trying to hurry. Crickstump and Skamos, tied together, three-legged race style, following this set of footprints out towards the edge of the garden.
You're darn right we are.
Both of you go ahead and make perception checks.
Let the shipping begin.
Perception checks for everyone, all around. Audience at home, make a perception check.
Yeah.
Thank you, Oprah. And you make a perception check. And you make a perception check.
Yes, thank you.
Hey,
Well,
Paul.
Yeah.
Since these footsteps led into the forest, can I make this luck of the forest roll?
You're not quite there yet.
Okay.
Good try.
That was a good try.
Did my best.
Skamos, what'd you roll?
I got a 19.
And Crickstump.
9.
Okay.
Not quite as good.
Hey, we lean on each other. We have to.
You literally have to.
Especially right now.
So you get almost to the edge of the woods. You're not wanting to go in yet because you don't want to split too far. And Skamos, you hear a noise. The wind's up a little bit, so it's not like super easy to hear, but you do hear the sound of a door opening. And as you turn back, you see the back door open and a figure running across the porch and down the back steps.
What you gonna do there, buddy?
I wonder.
Yeah, we're pausing just in this moment to give you a chance to do something.
Anything.
Alright, hang on. I gotta see how stressed out Skamos is. That's a natural 1.
You did that to her.
Why did you roll that yourself?
A voluntary
Because I didn't
roll
want to
is
make
a
the choice right off the
natural
bat. He
one.
fires Chaos Bolt at the figure running past the house.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
While I'm attached.
Yeah. To use my other arm.
You
Not
are
the
the
one
Chaos
with
Bolt.
you.
Yeah.
The other arm.
We actually brought that siege weapon with us.
We could have loaded it together right now.
That would have been fun to
The
watch.
buddy comedy about 2 best buds and a siege weapon.
Oh my god.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit for that Chaos
I
Bolt.
will do that. Yeah, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
It's
I
one of
am
us.
here for this.
That's actually pretty good. Okie dokie. Alright, how's this work again? Okay,
So it's the 2 d8s that you roll for the damage that determine what kind it is.
right, and then there's an additional,
Additional d6, yes.
but the d8s decide the damage.
Yeah, so what did you roll for those d8s? What individually?
5 and a 6.
So you get to choose either lightning damage or poison damage.
Oh, let's do poison. Lightning damage.
Okay.
An additional 3 from the d6.
All right. So Crickstump, it should be noted you are just blissfully unaware until suddenly this like crackling lightning energy just comes like right beside you, and you turn just in time to see this streak of energy cross the back garden and hit this figure that's on the run.
Because I don't know where this came from, because I'm blissfully unaware, I hit the deck.
Okay, Skamos, I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Yeah, there it is. Bring it back up.
You made a. Hey, that was me. Sorry about that, bud.
Somehow I hit the ground and like propelled myself back up. Right?
I can't feel like I'd make really good knots, Crickstump.
So no,
Don't
what
worry.
happens is that Skamos stays up and kind of like a pivot point. You try to hit the deck and that part of your leg just stays there, so you just like slam into the ground with your leg up in the air. And Skamos just doesn't move. He's fine.
Wow. What are you doing?
Skamos, you watch as this figure gets hit and is downed for a second, and then pops right back up and continues running in the opposite direction of you into another part of the forest.
I have to make a d20 roll because that was a spell.
Did you do Tides
Oh, no.
of Chaos?
What? No, it's just normally for wild magic. It's just always make the d20 roll.
That's
after
fair.
Spell cast, but it was a natural 20. But I'm fine.
We're gonna count that.
Another nat 20.
That
Heck yeah.
anytime you roll that d20, it counts.
Yay. We're ahead.
Okay. So you just watch, kind of, you don't really, there's not a whole lot you can do as they book it into the forest. They got hit pretty square on with a decently powerful spell and kept on trucking.
14 lightning damage, yeah.
Yeah. So they're not just a regular old, you know, if you hit a shopkeeper with that, they would explode.
Yeah.
Like chunky salsa.
Inside the house, Roderick, actually, all of you, as you rush inside, you hear Luxana and James's voices coming from inside, like further into the house, and they don't sound especially happy. As you make your way towards that sound, Roderick, you do notice at the back door, you can kind of get a glance through the kitchen. You see that back door is open. As you get closer, you see that everything that had been stacked on both sides of this staircase has fallen onto Luxana and James. And they're okay. They're just kind of pushing their way through a mountain of stuff to try to right themselves and get back up.
Oh, good. I'll bend down and try and help somebody up.
Yeah.
What happened?
Both up. You alright?
It got away. It got away.
It got away?
They were here.
What
It
did you
was
s-
here. It was here.
What? Oh.
Are
What
you
did you
alright?
see?
Yeah, what did you see?
We just saw a figure running.
Well, the back door is open. I think it might have gone that way.
Head count.
Did we see Paul?
There
Did we see it run? Like, was that the direction it was going when it was running? Like towards?
I mean, yeah, back towards the main part of the house. That's about all you could tell. And for those at home, this is one of the great joys of D&D. Everything that happened in the last 5 minutes happened in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just that whole thing.
So Paul, if that happened within 10 seconds, do I see someone faintly in the distance?
You didn't
running.
You didn't see anybody. Here's what happened from your perspective, James. You were walking down the basement. You heard Luxana say something and turn really quick, too fast, and then there was an avalanche of stuff as she kind of knocked into something and everything started cascading down. So by the time you turned around, you were just being books and boxes and things flooding on top of you. You saw nothing.
Perceptive, but clumsy.
Well, to the forest?
Hey, Son, see if they need any healing. Denra, come with me.
Yes.
And
To
I'm
the
gonna,
thick of it.
run towards the back door.
We should stick together. I'll just try and. We should probably not run. Oh God.
Wait, Mudpack.
I think Roderick's already on. Roderick's
I'm
gone.
ignoring it. I'm just gonna go. I'm following Roderick.
Mudpack, the changeling skidooed. Can you do that too? Or can you get the sniff, maybe? A scent? Maybe? I don't know.
I could try. Just a figure. Nothing else to go on.
Yeah, I know it's rough, but it's the best we can do.
Well, I don't want to put it to hearts either, so someone's going to have to come with me.
I will say it's
Or we
going to
can
take.
all go together.
It's going to take a couple of minutes to kind of get enough stuff cleared to get you properly back on the landing from the basement stairs.
I think they're gone.
Can Mudpack cast a mending cantrip on anything in the staircase to help with this?
It's more just that it's all
Like
tipped
clear away
over.
some books and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's more just taking the time to actually do it.
Well, then
Luxana?
let's do it faster.
Luxana will volunteer to go with you, and she's gonna she's gonna cast Alter Self, and make herself look like the creature thing she saw.
The thing you saw under the log?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that. So it's a couple of minutes of clearing things away, and then Luxana, you cast Alter Self on yourself, and you adopt the gray skin, the flat, where there would be a nose. This won't confuse the rest of your party at all.
Why would you?
Not at all.
They're just gonna get stabbed, it's okay.
We're gonna kill you.
Luckily, at least a few people see you do that. So it's not
me. Oh, you did.
I'm not there.
Roderick did not.
Denra and Roderick didn't see shit.
Denra and Roderick, what you see, you make your way back out the door, and here's the sight that you see.
At this point, I would like to try and pull myself up. Thank you very much.
You hear Crickstump trying to get himself back up to a standing position out near the edge of the garden. For some reason, Skamos and Crickstump are tied together as if they're performing some strange ritual or dance, and Crickstump is in the snow. For
a split second, Denro will be like, "Are they doppel?" No, never mind. That's them.
And you see that Skamos looks frustrated, and Crickstump eventually picks himself back up.
Did you see anybody run past here? We saw the door was open. Somebody ran out.
Yeah, there was a guy that ran that way.
Into the woods? Into the
Was it
woods?
Into the woods, Paul, or no?
Yes.
Home before.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
not
he
gonna-
ran into the
don't.
woods. I was able to
Into
get
the
a
thick
spell
of it?
off at him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start going in that direction, trying to see if I can follow any tracks.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, there's also
Got
the
a
tracks
pretty
that
good
we
survival,
were
so-
following at the time that guy ran out too. So that
Okay.
Crickstump found.
Okay. I'll probably want to follow the one that ran out the house.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check.
Actually, double check what my survival is. +4. Ooh, 16.
Yeah, it's been snowing. It's not terribly difficult to track someone through snow. So you're able to see where they landed after getting hit, and the tracks picking themselves back up, and you can see it going all the way to the edge of the woods.
I mean, I'll look at Roderick. Do we go after him?
Well, Skamos said there was another set of footprints as well. Is that right?
Yeah, right here.
So there were two of them?
Or the
You
same
only
guy and he came back. I don't know.
Yeah,
Were
you
the
only saw
footprints
one,
coming back?
You did not see footprints coming back.
So they were
Nope.
leaving. Okay, so, well,
I think we
If
need
I-
to get everyone and then we
Yeah.
should follow.
okay.
All right. But two at a time. All right. None of us are splitting up anymore.
Well,
Could
you
you-
all come with us.
just like
Let's
this.
go.
Could you pick
Just like
your
this.
stuff up off the ground, please?
I am
he's up
off
by
the
now.
ground.
He's up by now.
Crickstump is off the ground at this point.
Aw, dang.
Why are you tied so close together? You would that doesn't really.
Safety first, Denra.
I don't know.
Safety
That's not very
first.
safe at all.
It's incredibly safe. Look,
It's not at
he
all.
fell down and was securely with me, so he was fine.
Denra, come on. Let's go get everyone else.
Yep. Just walking in.
All right.
Almost
After
look over at Crickstump. I got
Yeah,
your back,
getting
buddy,
everybody
it's okay.
back. Hopefully they all.
after a couple of minutes, everyone is gathered back near the back porch.
Does Luxana still look like the thing?
Luxana absolutely does look like a doppelganger at this point.
So
Totally McGodly.
I, if I'm close enough to attack her when I see her, I would attack her.
No!
In reaction,
No.
Mudpack, who has not wild shaped yet, would stand between, like, jumping between Luxana and Roderick, and probably be like jumping up and down to be noticed. Like, no, it's Luxana. No.
Hey, look, Rod, I'm still wearing the weird necklace, okay? It's me.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's.
If we catch up to them, maybe they'll.
You'll infiltrate them?
Mudpack hadn't been standing there, you'd be stabbed.
I hadn't really thought it through all the way yet, but I'm wearing.
Guess what?
the
That
rock
much
necklace.
is clear.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Come on, we need to go into the forest. Scommers
Sit
and
down.
Crickstump are waiting.
But this is how you know it's me, okay, everybody?
Perfect.
Thank
Yes,
you.
when I see some dangerous creature, I'll take the time to look and see if they're wearing a rock around their neck.
Why are we going into the
Perfect
forest?
reaction, thank you.
So we saw
Yes,
an
we
individual run out the back of the house, off into the forest. I got a spell off at him, and then he kept running. So
And I can track
we found the pattern, we found the tracks, and we were gonna chase after him.
And-
If you were gonna do something to track them, there should be a smell of lightning around the person.
I just to interject before you do that, Mudpack, I would say that on a night like this, with the footprints being pretty easy to track.
I was gonna do something besides
Okay.
turret wild shaping. Yeah.
Got it.
I wanted to make a nature check on the footprint first.
Sure.
Because I've got a pretty good nature.
Yeah, just didn't want you to have to expend that. So you take a look at, and I'll let you. I don't even think you need to make the nature check because they're boots.
Oh, good. 7.
Yeah. They're boot tracks.
Boots. Great.
So.
I can't tell how heavy they are. Are they heavy boot tracks?
That would be more of a survival check.
Damn it. There's a 211s. Anyway.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
They're heavy enough to go all deep into the snow, but so are yours.
Alright. Can I make a survival check? Because my modifier is even better.
Sure.
Can I make a survival check on the other set of footprints that they saw first?
Okay.
Yeah. That's 15.
Okay. They look to be pretty average size boots. The size of like a human. Nothing overly large. Not especially heavy. This isn't as heavy as like Denra's footprints. Not as light as yours. They everything is just very average. Decently sized gaits like that of a human. Yeah. If you didn't know any better, you would just probably assume that this was a human like Roderick walking around.
Okay.
Say it for Roderick. There's no other humans like Roderick.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you track it?
I can try. Let's start. Wait, which should we track? We can only track one at a time.
Well, you said one is injured,
should we
right?
start with-
Ramos?
Yes.
Well, actually,
Let's
that's
go for that one.
Yeah.
well, Mudpack. That's not actually true. If you would like some assistance, I could also help you with that.
I really would like us all to stay together, though. But that's
Right, but-
my personal feeling.
Okay, if that's the case, then I could just double up on you, so we're both catching sense.
Ooh. That's a plan. We could do it faster that way.
Yes, we could.
Cool. Can I roll at advantage then? Because he's helping.
So before you do any of that, before you expend a wild shape to do that,
I'm not wild shaping. I'm only tracking I'm just gonna be using rolls. I'm just
Okay,
gonna use
got it.
rolls. I'm not gonna wild shape.
got it.
I don't want to wild shape right now.
Then yeah, you could.
Pressuring me.
I mean, you rolled well enough to definitely begin tracking. You don't have to roll again right now.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you didn't want a wild shape, I could. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because when dealing with shapeshifters, the best way to combat that is to shapeshift yourself.
Yeah,
as we've
everybody.
Hey, you
I mean, right.
never know.
So here's what we have. We have one set of tracks from apparently a first one, right? If you are standing outside of the back door and looking out into the yard, we have one set of tracks that goes off to the right, and we have one set of tracks that goes off to the left. So you have options as to which of those you would like to go for.
I'd say we should go to the one that went into the woods, especially if he's injured already. It'd be easy to track.
I think they both went into the woods.
That would be the one to the left. Is
Okay,
what-
sorry.
Yeah, I'd
That
say
makes sense.
I'd say the second pair of tracks, because even though we think that the first pair of tracks is also one of these creatures, we do not know for certain.
And we know that this one who ran off into the woods was indeed an individual that I fired a spell at. So we know
Yes,
that there's somebody
came
at
from the
end of-
house that is not one of us.
Let's
So,
go. Yes, I agree.
Yep,
Okay.
mine is me.
Great.
All right.
Lightning tracks. Here we go.
You all gather together. Though you do note that Ziggin has not followed.
Thought about that.
I was wondering about where he is. He did
We-
not follow, but can we see him?
When you all ran into the house, he did not.
Yeah, we left him on the front porch. Yeah.
I know.
If we're going into somewhere dangerous, we probably might not need him with us. We don't want to endanger him.
Tell him where we're going and what we're doing.
That's
I
a
don't
good
think we
point,
can
though.
see him. Yeah.
I'm like just Crickstump's gonna yell,
I know,
"Yo,
we have-
Zig, we're gonna go take a walk. You chill out, all right?"
Perfect.
Can he hear us from all the way back here?
No, I don't
I'm
think
yelling
so.
it. So,
No one
I don't
knows.
know.
Okay, Lauren wants to clarify, we don't care about letting him know at all. No one cares.
I think the urgency of going after this thing is more important.
Okay.
I would throw a vote behind Alex there. Yeah.
I'm just checking. I'm just
yeah.
wanting
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we had
That's
thought about it in the moment, we should have made sure, but we didn't, and now he's alone, and who knows?
I do imagine that Crickstump has one of those yelling voices like many rural people do, where it's just like carries for miles and like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole town knows. What
Hey, Ma!
Oh, thank you.
you can just hear it through gullies and over canyons
Yeah.
and across
Oh, is
many
dinner
miles.
ready?
I could call my ma from up here.
All right, so you gather together and begin making your way into the forest, following these tracks.
Into the woods.
Nope, we're not.
Stop!
I did say forest. Very.
He did.
Yeah.
Very
Very
specifically
deliberately.
said forest.
And they are quite easy to track because it is snowing, because you've got the moon out now. It is not hard. These tracks make their way around, not in a straight path. It's almost as if it's someone trying to kind of lose a trail.
That or they've been hit by lightning.
That too,
Both.
you know, sometimes when you're hit by lightning, it's just like, oh, I've been hit by lightning.
Whoa.
Maybe I'm not thinking 100% straight. You know, everybody's been hit by lightning. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we all know how it goes.
Twice. It's really rough.
Yeah.
And
Tell you what.
Lightning-y?
it wanders its way first pretty deep into the forest, and after a bit, it's almost a little difficult to keep your bearings in terms of what direction you're headed.
I mean, I have feet against that.
I mean, not completely, but
Okay, just making sure.
what I'm saying
We're
is
getting
that
lost.
it's a pretty circuitous path.
Okay, gotcha. Just make sure we weren't getting lost.
You're not getting lost because you got tracks to follow, and they're very apparent. And they wind their way around for quite a while until they reach a cliff's edge near the edge of this forest, and you can see the ocean down below churning in this winter weather. And they hug along the edge of this cliff, and you can see that there are spots where the snow doesn't quite catch on the rocks, and it seems pretty apparent that this person was trying to to lose their own track a bit, to get onto surfaces that wouldn't catch their steps, but they're just not as successful at it. Maybe because they're struck by lightning. Who knows?
Lightning does that. Makes it
Lightning
easier
does
to
do
track.
that. After about 30, 40 minutes of following this trail as it circles around, you finally see where it ends. You can see as you break out of the forest, and in the moonlight you can see these tracks pretty obviously crossing an expanse and ending at the back steps of the Sunset Bed and Breakfast.
Wow. Okay.
So Roderick might be able to go back and take his bath anyway. And you know what? Normally, I would say, and that's where we end. But I'm not saying that because we have 8 more minutes. So that is not where we end.
So we rush into the house
and kill him.
Kill everybody.
Burn it down.
Before we go in, Roderick will say to Mudpack, "Can you still track it even inside the building?"
I could try to look for snow. I could try.
I thought you had some magical way of doing things. I can look for snow.
Well, I'm really good at tracking outside, but inside a bed and breakfast, it's a bit more difficult since there's no dirt on the ground or snow for
Paul,
tracks, Roderick. But yes, I'll try.
Paul, we know there's a front entrance to the hotel,
After all
right?
that.
Yes.
And we're at the back. We're at the back. Is there? Have we deciphered? If there's any other entrances or exits to this place?
You haven't seen any yet. You've seen a front and a back. The back opens up to a large porch area. This is what faces the ocean. And you can imagine in the summer months, they have all kinds of things set up out here.
Great wedding venue.
I say we go in.
And no perception check to note this. It is quite exposed between the edge of the forest and the back door. There's nowhere to hide here. There's no sneaking your way across. You're on a snowfield, basically. So maybe you'll be seen, maybe you're not, but there's really no way to help that.
All right. Well, there's no way to help it.
Yeah, I think time is of the essence, so I say we go in.
Yep.
All right.
Assault the
file?
hotel. Well, I mean, we'll have to do the doors, yeah.
You cross the snow, and make your way up the steps and across the porch. And the back door to the bed and breakfast is open. Who is going in first?
I think Roderick would assume Mudpack is. Yeah.
Mudpack, yeah. That's planning on leading the way.
Close behind.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Roderick's
Close
right
behind,
behind
but
as
just-
well.
yeah.
Galmus will take up the tail.
All right. You open the back door.
If we haven't untied each other, like I think I'm with.
I think at this point, you are no longer tied to one another.
We've been tied together for like 45 minutes of following these tracks.
Well, we never specified that we untied. So.
Just everyone tied your left feet together and then your right feet together, so you all have to walk like with the same marching step to get anywhere.
Honestly, I don't think we'd miss like the footprints going that way. It'd be a wide track.
Yeah, you'd be able to see. You head in, and you kind of pretty much everybody. Your heart's pounding a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You've just taken a pretty bracing 40-minute walk through the snow and the forest, and you get back where you started this evening. And you can see that there is a fire going in the fireplace still. And you can see in one of the chairs near the fireplace is Jacob Harlow.
Luxana cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah, girl.
I don't know why I yelled that.
Because it was necessary.
Yep.
She still looks like a shapeshifter, so.
You sure do.
Oh,
God.
Good lord.
But she's not in the front of the pack, so it's not like she'll be the
So it's
first
not
we
like
know.
the plan makes any sense anyway at this point.
Correct.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
not like there's a plan.
No.
Exactly.
You do that, and what you catch from him is a lot of cold. You can see that Jacob is cradling a steaming cup of something, and brings it to his lips, and he's quite cold.
That's all I get?
Basically, at the moment, yeah. You just get surface thoughts. With Detect Thoughts, you can like push deeper, which requires a roll.
I do want to. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that. So that is, let me see here.
What's my modifier?
This is going to be a roll for him.
Yeah, he rolls.
Boy, this spell is so long. It's a wisdom saving throw. So what is your spell save DC?
13.
You try to push deeper and just right away, like, just get it right back to you.
Great.
The whole thing just ends. Yeah, Roderick.
Can I make some sort of check to see if I can see like snowy footprints or any sort of path leading to
they lead
Jacob?
Right, they lead first to the back of the desk area, where you can see there's might have grabbed a teapot, and then to the fireplace.
Okay, Roderick is in that case. Roderick's gonna take out his rapier and stab him.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Not just hold it, just straight up stab.
Jenner just stands threateningly.
Yeah.
Roderick runs forwards and stabs Jacob Harlow in his chair as he holds presumably a cup of tea.
Yeah, well.
And as the teacup falls onto the floor and breaks, that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
That's just mean.
I mean,
Boy.
Lauren, I've never seen your face more over it than in the last 20 minutes. It's hilarious, and I'm so sorry it's sad.
Now I have the last 10 minutes of the
Make a
previous
damn
session.
plan.
What'd you say there, Paul?
I said I have seen more over it the last 10 minutes of the previous session, where Hasan was about ready to just go to bed.
Hasan was like, I'm just going back to bed.
Well, this was like giving
is
up.
ready to take a vacation. I think he's gonna take a break.
Well, Hasan, you're in a resort town. That is such a coincidence. A vacation awaits you here in Wallak Bay.
At this point, he might just willingly give his body up to a changeling and be like, "You can probably do a better job at being me than I could be me." So, like, if you want to go over, I can just
Great at
disappear,
you.
and I'll never be heard from again.
You are great at you.
All right, we're gonna say goodnight to our players. Good night, players. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the folks at home. So that concludes this episode of the Adventurers Guild. That was very, very interesting, and I'm so glad that you were here for it. Next episode will be the last episode of this current mission. And what that means is that at the end of that episode, either you or the players will choose the next one. So you do not want to miss it. You want to see that live so you can be part of that decision and just tweet Arby's. Let them know what's going on. We can exchange phone numbers and things. And as always, we love you. And thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.